I think like sometimes like the force hate and activism works for like smaller companies. I'm gonna be
Yes.
real.
Yeah.
I think it works for like small companies.
Mhm.
Big corporations don't give two fucks what you're
Yes.
saying. What is going on, everybody? I'm Della,
I'm MADkurious.
and we're back with another episode of Unfiltered Gamers. How you been, Matt? How's your week been?
Busy.
Busy, yeah.
Busy. So for the viewers, I was texting Dayla from like a board deck review meeting, and I was like, "I'm so sorry, I'm stuck. I'm so sorry, I'll be late. I'm stuck." So I was like 25 minutes late.
Yeah, and like Jesus Christ, like I thought girls are supposed to always be. No, you guys are always late.
We're
I
always
think
late, but that wasn't.
Yeah.
It had nothing to do with being a girl. It just had to do with being working in finance. But
Yeah, man, this has been a week.
yeah.
Spider-Man, the new Spider-Man movie dropped. I'm gonna actually go see that tonight after this podcast. I'll go see the new Spider-Man movie. You know,
I haven't seen too
Kinda
much
looking
about it.
forward
I've
to it.
only seen like a light amount of disappointment. I actually have watched, I think I've watched all the other Spider-Man movies, which is surprising for me since I don't watch a
with
lot.
Tom Holland.
Yeah,
or with
I
the
think
other guys. Really?
Obviously I watched the originals. Like that's my
Of course.
Spider-Man. But yeah, no, I've watched the new ones. I haven't watched the middle guy though.
Andrew Garfield.
Yeah, I haven't watched his.
I like his Spider-Mans.
Yeah.
I like his Spider-Mans. But yeah, I'm gonna go check that in tonight, and yeah, I'm kind of excited. But there was something that that popped up, and I remember sending it to you in the earlier the week about a coordinated PS blackout. This is the protest gamers are having against PlayStation with their sudden they're planning to do away with physical media by 2028. So if many of you guys don't know, Sony has announced that in 2028 they are no longer going to make physical games. Physical games are out the window. No more finito. They're done. A lot of people are upset about this. A lot of people are upset. It's like, and rightfully so, because how are you going to take that away from people? Because we saw during the past 2 weeks, there were not only Sony but also Microsoft on their Xbox Live had like issues for like a day. There was like issues, like people couldn't log into their accounts or like even play their digital games, like because some of you guys may not know that when you play digital games, you have to stay online sometimes so they can verify the license.
Right.
So I know
Yep.
on PSN, like if you have the game but it's like you're offline or something and they can't verify it, it'll just lock the game.
Yeah.
And say sign into your account or go online to verify.
Yep.
And of course you got those people that saying, "Oh, that didn't happen to me. Ho ho, you guys are lying. You guys are nerds." Okay, sure it didn't happen to you. Like you're gonna sit here and lie. And of course you got people online who constantly say, "Well, I haven't bought a physical game in 5 years and this is a good." You have the people who are just brain dead, who smoke crack and just think because it hasn't happened to them and they don't care. But when it hits that you can't play your game because Sony said, "You know what, we're just done and we're gonna ban your account," and all those games you bought are no longer able to play, then what? So gamers are uniting, and on August 23rd to the 30th of August, it's like a week long, they're doing a blackout. So it's like, don't log into your PSN, don't spend money on Sony, don't do none of this stuff.
Why is it that
Yeah, show them.
activists love to do anything but act? They love to do the inaction for everything that they want, which is. Do you see what I'm saying? Like they're like, we're not going to buy games. We're boycotting. We're not going to do this. We're going to turn off everything. Do they understand that it is so much more powerful to buy things than to not buy things? Supply and demand means that they are looking at what's going to make them money. They are less concerned about the things that aren't going to make them money. Do you see what I mean? Like, if you want to
I know what
drive
you're saying.
demand, you have to buy the things that you want to see in the world. Buy the change you want to see in the world. You can't just not buy the change. They're just going to ignore you.
What blows my mind is like these same people they're saying no disc, no buy, right? Because that's the motto now. No disc, no buy. No disc, no buy, right? But none of these people cancel their GTA 6 pre-order. You didn't cancel your GTA 6 pre-order.
I don't know. They roasted me for even saying I wasn't going to pre-order and that I was going to buy it when it came out. And they were like, "How dare you? You're still not one of us." And I was like, "Fine, then I won't be. I'm out. That's all I need to hear. Like, I don't want to be part of your crazy movement."
At the end of, you guys got to understand, like, the best way to hurt a company is to hurt its pockets. And you think a 1 week is going to really hurt Sony? No. You literally have to cancel your pre-orders because GTA pre-orders was like in the billions of dollars in the pre-orders, billions of dollars.
But the thing is, they're talking about hurting the company rather than showing the company what they want to buy. That's not the same thing. Like their goal has become something that has nothing to do with the starting state and their actual statement. Like, they're fighting for physical or they're fighting for ownership. And there's so many different fights going on because some people are fighting for physical and some people are fighting for ownership. And those, while physical rolls up into ownership, it's not the full fight. So you've got both of those things that are already playing against their movement. Then you've got the people who are being really aggressive, the suggestive stuff, the graphic, pornographic images that are out there that they're just spamming everywhere. Then they're just being annoying, even if they're not graphic images, towards any Sony game. They're harassing, the indie games that Sony's promoting just because they're, affiliated with Sony. Anything affiliated with Sony is just getting trashed. And then, but only on the internet, not necessarily in the real world. And they don't get this. That's another piece, is that the real world doesn't give a shit. Then you've got them harassing other gamers and creators online saying, "Oh, how dare you?" They're never going to get anywhere with any of these actions. And all of these totaled together is an absolutely failed movement. It's stupid. The whole strategy is stupid. Internet people, you're kind of being a little bit stupid.
I am on the fence about this whole thing because, like, I'm just like, you guys are fighting the fight, and like it's like an uphill battle because a lot of people will just like forget it, I don't care, because you got too many of these influencers who make all this money just saying like there's no problem, don't worry about it. You got people who wants this. With all this that's been
they're
happening,
also assuming that everyone who says that is an influencer. I don't consider myself an influencer. I'm very tiny.
Well, then again,
I just like games.
I'm saying like the influencers who say that, who are saying like they're support of the digital.
Oh, I see.
That's what I'm saying. Like big influencers, like the influencers who say, they're against the no this no buy, or for the no this no buy thing. Like they want that, like Sony needs to do it, but they won't. Again, they won't cancel the GTA 6 pre-orders. No one's canceling it until you see. I'm talking metrics, and you're a numbers person. You work for business. If your company saw $1 billion just start disappearing in a matter of weeks, what's the first thing you're gonna do?
Hold a meeting.
Exactly. Somebody's going like, what is happening?
Yeah, they'll hold a meeting, they'll look at it. But honestly, here's what people aren't realizing is that those meetings were already had.
Yes.
Those meetings were already had. And I know I've seen some like posts about that where they were saying, "Oh yeah, they already planned this, they already thought of this." I don't know where that information comes from, but they're right. Every step of this process has been mapped out for a really long time. They have had meetings on meetings on meetings to decide, okay, we're going to lose this much revenue so that we can lose this many costs, like truly. And so that their margin goes up. So revenue minus expenses gets you to your actual profit, right? Yeah. So they're looking at, okay, we're going to lose this much revenue, but we're actually going to decrease our costs this much by not doing physical games. They said, okay, let's say 20% of our audience is buying physical. Okay, well, let's say 8%, 10% are going to move over and buy digital. Some will go to some of the other companies, and they'll eventually filter back when everybody goes all digital, or when a big release comes out, GTA 6. So we'll pair it with GTA 6. Blah blah. Like they have this all mapped out. They're not stupid.
Agreed. And even, the thing is, like, Sony sees all this backlash and, like, what's happening. They hear it. They're seeing all this stuff. They're actually seeing this in real time. But an article came out today that Sony admits it hears angry PlayStation fans on this, that, yet goes forward and says the decision won't hurt the business. They really don't want to hurt the business. And they made a statement as, like, they said, at this point in time, we are not seeing any impact on our business. But going forward about the console sales, a large part of is already digitized, and therefore as a result of the discontinuation of disc, we don't see that there will be any negative impact on our business. However, as I already said, the users, the players have attachments, and we have to think about how to respond to those feedbacks. So they're thinking about it. So they hear you, but they're like, it's not going to hurt us. Like,
No.
you guys being upset is not going to hurt us. Then they also came out and said, I have another post that said that we announced that from January 2028 onwards, we will no longer be manufacturing game discs. 1.5 years ahead, as Sony interpreter said, there are various reasons we made this decision. The biggest being that the digitalization of content overall has been progressing, is a big factor. It's just not for PlayStation, but for all kinds of content.
And let me
Digitalization is progressing. So like they're saying, like, this is the future. Like, everything's gonna be digitized. Like, everything's gonna be no physical copy. So you're gonna be buying shit, you're not gonna own it.
Yeah, well,
That's what it is.
and to go back to the movement for a second, if you're in that room and you're like, okay, we lost 2% more than we expected because of this boycott, right? That's not going to change their mind. They're just going to be like, okay, eat the loss, whatever, we're fine. Like, no big deal. It'll even out. It'll just even out slower than we thought, but it'll be fine. We're not going to reverse course here. But if everybody bought physical games and they saw a 1000% surge in physical games for all of the new stuff that's coming out, for old games, they saw all of this, right? Then they might say, hey, can we actually extend some contracts over here? Can we think about maybe making a disk drive for the PS6? I know we have those designs in there. Pull them back out. Look at the surge. Let's see how long this lasts. Let's reforecast this. They might rethink it if it's surged. They're not going to rethink it if they're losing a little bit of revenue. Do you see what I'm saying? That's what people aren't seeing about this.
But at this point, I think they're just they're full send with it. They don't really, it's like, they don't care. It's like, this leads back into the whole, like, future-proofing your company, and the whole thing, like, especially like when you talk about AI, like we always say, like, AI is the future, and every company is going to adopt AI.
Yeah, I just used so much AI today. I drained a whole swamp.
But if you don't like it, you're going to have to learn to like it, because every company is moving with AI. So this is Sony. So Sony has said, like, in that statement, that when the press conference came out today, like, it's not just us doing it. Everybody else is doing it.
Yeah.
All physical media is going digitalization. That is the future. Digitalization is the future. Remember, this was something that we were seeing a long time ago, because remember when Netflix first said we're going to like streaming services. A lot of people say streaming services wouldn't be that good, but people said it's the future. Streaming, cutting the cord, no more cable, cut the cord. Fast forward to now, everybody has a streaming service. Disney, Fox, Paramount, freaking, you got Hulu, Netflix.
And now they're starting to combine them again, which I don't know about you, but I predicted as soon as they started this that it was going to go like this, and then it was going to.
Yeah, and then, like, you pay for all these streaming services, you're paying the same amount of freaking cable.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now people are upset because now they say, oh, you're going to pay X amount of dollars for the streaming services, but because you're paying the lowest tier, you're going to get all these commercials. So if you don't want to pay for the commercials, you pay for this tier. But if you want no commercials plus HDR, 4K, 8K, high resolution, pay a little bit more. Oh, wait, you want to stream on multiple consoles and stuff? Pay a little bit more too. So
do you think that just, like, people are going to boycott, like, streaming services when they get rid of cable?
No, they're never going to.
Because cable still exists.
People are brain dead, because do you remember the protest that happened like was it like 2 years ago with the actors and the writers demanding more money and stuff?
Yeah, and they screwed up TV for all of us. There's so many shows that got canceled, or that the writing was terrible for a whole season or two, and they could never come back from it, and then they got canceled. And that's what I've been saying about games, and people aren't listening, because I was like, there are so many games that might have been your new favorite game, it might have been something you loved, that is now not going to get funded properly and might actually be canceled. It's the same thing that happened in TV when the writers went on strike, and they could say, oh, well, that was worth it. Was it worth it for the consumer?
Yeah, and guess what? All those companies that said we're gonna give these guys more money, they raised their prices on everything. Where do you think they're gonna get that money from? Where did you guys think the money's gonna come from? You think it was gonna come from like a magical place that companies gonna go, oh, no problem, we're gonna give all these writers the money they deserve. Great. The consumer, you have to pay more money now because Amazon freaking Video, Prime Video. I remember you paid like $100 for Prime or whatever, and you got Prime Video and it had no ads. Now you got to pay $2 extra to get rid of the ads.
Yep.
So and the service fee went up. Hulu has went up. Disney Plus has went up. Everything is going up. And this is companies future-proof themselves. Everything is digital. So I won't, like right now, I think like games have that kind of a streaming service too now, like the PlayStation Network Plus tiers, because you could get like cloud streaming. You could play like real old retro games in the cloud streaming service if you play like the premium account. So we're already there. We're in the future. We're like, everything is streamed to us. We're borrowing it. We're borrowing for a limited time only.
I mean, I'm pro physical and I'm pro ownership, but I do think that we overestimate the power of any of that. I told a friend, I was telling her about this whole situation, and she games, and I was like, people are mad because physical games are dying. And she's like, good. I was like, what?
Wow.
And she's like, I never buy physical games. I lose them, like when I move or whatever, you know. She's like, I have an experience where my physical PC games are all gone from childhood. We couldn't find them anywhere. I have all of this stuff, all my console stuff, but my PC games are just gone. So, I mean, it does happen. You know what I mean? If you could say, oh, well, you just didn't take care of yourself. You know, I was a kid, whatever. Like, I didn't know where some of the stuff went into storage when I left home or whatever. But you know what I mean? Like, there's just things that can happen to physical media. Supposedly, after 30 years, it can start to deteriorate. I haven't seen much of that myself, but it could. I mean, my oldest ones are cartridges, not discs. So, you know, there's still time for that to happen. And that could be, you know, more on the side of, well, is there better physical media we could be using to go down that route? You know, but what I mean is ownership is how much do we really own in life in general? And you have to kind of think about that, because I think when people start to fight for ownership, they might be having the wrong fight, because nothing is ours forever. You know what I mean? It's, and some of the best experiences aren't owned, like going to arcades. So I want to open people's minds a little bit to the fact that there's a lot that's not owned. There are a lot of people who just play games one time and they're done.
That is true.
You know? So this
true.
like need for ownership, I think, is quite a bit overblown. And that's coming from someone who loves owning her games. I have them all back there. Like, I have a bunch of my favorites back there, right? But how much importance do we really need to be placing on that? I'm certainly not of the mind that I need to be quitting gaming in order to fight for it. Like, I'm good. But if somebody comes up with these good systems, you know, like with GOG, which is what I'm calling it now, not GOG anymore. You know, if people are coming up with these good systems and we actually have more ownership to these licenses, great, right? But there's never true ownership. Like, technically, when we stream a game, like live streaming, not streaming playing, but live streaming it and making YouTube videos of it, technically, if the company wanted to, they could copyright you. Like, they could say they could get you for a copyright infringement, because you are putting their media on the internet for people to see and to experience. So we don't own as much as we seem to think we do.
Yeah, it's like even owning a house, because like, here's the thing. If I'm a homeowner, if I pay my mortgage off, right, and I have no more, like, I owe nothing to the bank, right, I'm done, $0 account, the state still goes, you owe us money for property taxes.
Yeah.
If I don't pay property taxes, guess what the state does? We'll put your home for auction, because you got to pay the property tax. So wait, I don't own this because I own the land? Like, how now do I have to buy the land now? Can you really? No, you can't buy
and
the
in
land.
A lot of places there's HOA, insurance that's necessary. Like, there's not a lot you can own in this life, really.
I think the only thing you can own when you pay it out flat is like a car. But now with the new cars nowadays, like
they could like turn it off.
Yeah, they have like subscription-based things to cars now. Like, I know Tesla. I don't know if I talked about this before in the past on the show, but Tesla switched over that you can't buy them anymore. Like finance, you could just lease. And
eventually they're going to drive us, right? And then we definitely won't own them.
But the self-drive feature is $100 a month. So you buy a Tesla, right?
Yeah.
And if you want the self-drive, you got to pay $100 subscription a month.
Of course.
And I know some cars, it's like, I don't know if this is true. It could be a lie, but I heard like some cars, even heated seats, that's a subscription.
Oh yeah,
too.
probably. And you know, they'll put internet in them, and they'll do all sorts of maps. You know, they'll say, oh, the maps are extra. They're just gonna, and then they'll be like, here's a great bundle.
Yeah, but it's
ridiculous.
Like, everything is just like, and this is our fault. You know, it's our fault.
It is.
It's our fault.
It is. Buy what you want. Don't buy what you don't want. It's very simple.
We're too busy fighting over the dumbest things. We're too busy fighting fights amongst ourselves against people.
Yes.
While these big corporations are just doing all this nonsense, saying it's for your convenience and stuff. Look how good it is, and it is bend us over.
Well, and they distract us with some of the things that we love too. I mean, so you have to look at it from an all-encompassing perspective, right? And say, okay, well, how much of this that is outside of my control should I really even worry about? And you know, because there's not much that we can do. All you can really do is identify what you want and act towards that. So if you want physical games, buy physical games. You know, if you want digital games, buy digital games. If you want consoles, buy consoles. If you want PCs, buy PCs. It's really that simple. Do what you want to do. I don't understand why we ever overcomplicate it, because you can't control anything outside of that. You know what I mean? If you really want to activist, you can call your political people or whatever, email them. Nothing outside of really that and buying what you want is going to, I mean, you can make a stink on social media. How many times has that done? Much, you know, it's, unless you actually have the ear of someone important. And I'm not saying don't spread the word, but like say it in a way that gets attention, in a way that's productive. But to just spam, you know, it's not going to do anything.
I think like with I think like sometimes like the force hate and activism works for like smaller companies. I'm gonna be real.
Yeah.
I think it works for like small companies. Big corporations don't give two fucks what you're saying.
Correct.
They see it and hear it.
Well,
and if it doesn't really hurt their margins, they be like, fuck.
A great example is small versus large creators, because think of the ratio too. So if somebody's a tiny like Twitter user and they get a bad comment and that's their only comment, they're like, oh my gosh, I'm so stressed. Like, I wish people liked me. And I only have one mean comment, or a YouTube video if you're a YouTuber. Like, you're like, oh, one mean comment, or a chatter if you're a live streamer. But if you have 100 people in there and they're all commenting, and then you have 10 bad comments, it's not going to feel that bad anymore. You know what I mean? Because you're going to have people that also like you. And the bigger you get, the more you scale, the more that is, you know, exemplified in there. And so I don't think people understand. Sony does not care.
They won't, because again, like you said, like, you know, they have the meetings been heard, everybody been heard, they looked at the numbers, they did the math, and it doesn't affect them. Now I just hope with this going full digital, games get fucking cheaper, because why am I still paying the money for a digital game the same as a physical? There's no more physical. There's no more money or profit margin that you have to put in to go pay whatever fucking country you got.
I don't think that it's going to go down, and that's why I said buy more physical now for when they switch off for the old too. When they
that should be the push.
When they literally turn off the button for us to get physical games into the marketplace, that's going to be it. We're limited to what's in the marketplace. And that's why I'm like, buy physical games now. And people are still, you know, they're doing the exact opposite. And now they're like, oh, I'm buying what's already out there. You're not putting anything into the market. And so when they shut that off completely, we're only going to have as many physical games as is already out there. And then it's over. Then whatever they want to price it in digital, they can. Now, to be fair, they could already kind of do that anyway with physical and digital right now.
Yeah.
You know, they already have the monopoly. That's not changing.
But how cool is it gonna be? Because when you know you have the last made physical copies of stuff, like nobody else could get them. That means the price of physical games that like you own actually gonna go up. Cause like, you know, a lot of people buy physical games because of a nostalgia type thing. Cause like I still have the original Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. The original, not greatest hits, not the greatest hit shit, not that big red tag in across it. It's like the hollow box art and everything, physical copy. That's nostalgia to me. Am I ever gonna pop that into a PlayStation 3 or 4? No, because I don't have them. but I have it because it's nostalgia and stuff. And maybe one day I'll find something that would be able to play it, but I could buy like something and frame it, whatever, or like, who knows? It might be worth some money in the future because maybe in 2030, I could be like, hey, I got an original Kingdom Hearts disc from 2000 whatever, and it's worth like fucking $10,000.
I have to wonder what they're going to do with like collector's editions. I mean, it's technically not different to sell a collector's edition with a digital code inside rather than a disc. And I know people will yell, technically not different, because you're still getting the stuff and you're still getting the game. Your access is still the same. Now, your ownership may not be the same, but your access is still the same. And so I wonder if they're still going to do collector's editions just with a digital,
Yeah, they definitely will.
Yeah.
I just don't like digital collector edition because I don't need a fucking soundtrack. I don't need a digital art book.
Yeah.
I want the physical stuff.
Well, no, I mean,
That's
like if
just
they did
stupid.
physical stuff, just not a physical game, like even a physical case, but not a physical game. You know what I mean?
I think Black Myth Wukong did that because I remember when Black Myth Wukong came out, it was no disc. It was just a code.
Mm-hmm.
And when you could buy like you bought the special edition, they gave you like all this.
People didn't
like, I
cancel
think you got
them.
this
That's interesting.
statue.
That's interesting.
Well, they were a small company. It was a small company in China, and it was like, okay, whatever. But a lot of people didn't even like the game because, remember, we spoke about this at the podcast. People don't like the game because like the staff was all Asian. Sweet Baby Inc. tried to come in and like said like, oh, you know, if you don't hire us and have us like, you know, as consultants, it's gonna be bad for you. And they were like, no, fuck you. And they were upset, and like supposedly they made like some jokes and were mean to their female staff and whatever. And I don't know, but like it was this whole thing with the game. People tried to cancel the game. That was a game that should have won Game of the Year, and it didn't because, you know, it went to fucking Astrobots. Astrobots beat fucking Black Myth Wukong. That was like the biggest like slap in the face ever. I was just like, I hate that. But like you're right, no one tried to cancel them because they were only doing digital. Risky move, right? But the game still sold. The game was still a good game.
Because people are sheep. They wait until there's, you know, people complaining about it, enough big people complaining about it. They could have complained about it a long time ago if they were really that upset.
But if you're gonna wait for like if you're gonna wait for the opinion of your favorite content creator on certain matters, especially when it comes to gaming, like you're a bot.
You're a sheep.
Just a bot
You're a sheep. If you do that, honestly. And that's why, for me, I'm like, this did wake me up to the fact that I should be buying more physical media because I'm part of the problem, right? That's a reaction that says, okay, I'm thinking about this because this has happened. Let me react to that. That's very different than, oh, I'm being told now that I must do no disc, no buy. Are people not, you know what I mean? Now I have to be part of a movement because there's a movement.
But you don't have to be part of it, but you choose to be part of it, you know?
I mean, you know what I mean?
I don't really pick sides. I pick my side because because you're damned if you do, if you're damned if you don't.
Yeah.
No matter what.
Yeah. Always.
You just lose.
Yep.
Like, oh, I'm for this. Well, you're bad. I'm not for this. Well, you're still bad.
Yep.
But I changed my mind because I was convinced. Oh, you're easily swayed. So what do you want me to do? What do you want to do? Shut up. At this point, shut up. Just shut the fuck up.
Yep.
You know? Like, remember the whole thing with the Hogwarts Legacy? If you buy it and play it, you don't support trans people. You hate them.
Oh, yes. Yep. I actually didn't buy it originally because it was, that's the last group thing that I've fallen for. And I did. And to be honest, I'm against. I wouldn't.
Still young and learning.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it today, but I also don't blame me for doing it because it was so. Like, I didn't want to. For me, it was more like, okay, well, if this is really in some way making people feel bad, like, I don't need to be a part of that. That's different than this kind of movement where it's, oh, anti this and anti that. You know, that was more like, okay, if this is hurting people, I can go without this. But. You know, I think it was also a little bit, you know, not blown out of proportion, but I think that the way that it was built up didn't logically track to help or not help people, if that makes sense.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, it was like the game made numbers, and they're making a part 2.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you're gonna do the protest again, and it's like I don't see people complaining about the HBO series that's coming out. I mean, I see some people complaining about it, but it's like it's not like a widespread thing. Or like if you watch the new HBO Harry Potter remake, blah blah.
Which is kind of funny when you think about it. Maybe it's just I wonder why TV doesn't get in movies. Well, movies do. TV doesn't seem to get the same treatment as games and movies.
It does. It just depends on how much people really can want to put the effort into it. A lot of people just won't put effort into it. They just won't. They just won't care. Like there's been movies that have released that people have just not watched and it has died. The movie just died and they just do bad in the box office. Like they try really hard to like I don't know, we spoke about it all over in New Blackstreet, the movie The Odyssey.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of people were upset. That's like, oh, you got it's just this like mishmash of people, like races and stuff. You had like Travis Scott, who's a rapper in the movie. You had a black Helena Troy.
Mm-hmm.
You had an Asian Greek soldier. You had an Indian Greek soldier and stuff. And people were just like, what the hell? Like this what's going on here? But when you look at Christopher Nolan did his press conference, you gotta pay attention to how Christopher Nolan had his tour with the media tour with the marketing tour, whatever you call it, the actors and actresses. They never once talked bad about the fans. They never once talked bad about the people. They never said things like, well, if you hate this movie, don't watch it. It's not for you. This is not your movie. You never heard that. I did not hear that. If anybody watches this video and can find a clip of the actors and actresses who were in the movie and on the marketing tour for The Odyssey, say to fans, if you don't like the changes, don't watch it. It's not for you.
Ooh, that's a good observation.
Because when you think of it, well, a lot of times when there's changes to movies on the press tour, the actresses or actors say a lot of stuff about the fans and attack people. And what happens to the movie? The movie flops.
It's a good observation.
Christopher Nolan deliberately put these people in and made these changes to get circulation talking about the movie. People talked about it. People like, have you seen this? What's going on? Look at these changes. The movie came out. The movie's good. I enjoyed the movie. There were some scenes from the book, The Odyssey, that were not in it because it's not the original author. It's the second author that kind of did it. That was kind of more of like a woman's perspective of The Odyssey or whatever. But yeah, the press conference tour, I don't remember seeing anybody attacking the fans or the moviegoers. So when you think of things like when it comes to like TVs and promotion and stuff, even in gaming, what's the first thing Sweet Baby Inc. does when people start attacking games?
Attack them back. Attack the people.
Exactly. They swing at you, so you swing back. Now I'm saying that's not the wrong thing to do. You want to defend yourself, but when you attack the whole gaming spectrum, like that farce girl did, when G4 came back and she was like, gamers are this, gamers are that, blah, blah, fuck you guys, blah, 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 blah. And what did all the gamers collectively do? Bet. G4 TV died a month after it fucking came back.
Wow.
So PlayStation
don't insult your audience. Don't do it.
I don't see PlayStation attacking people. They saying like, we hear what's happening. We hear it.
Yep.
We hear you.
Yeah, they have very specific marketing efforts. They're not going to say what we say, like, what I say, which is that these efforts are fruitless, but they are going to say it in a different way where it's not framed towards the audience,
Yeah, so you just got to be careful, like, how to do things. I know it's like we just went off on a tangent with that stuff, but it's like you got to start noticing like these companies and businesses like move in certain ways.
Yeah.
And they're thinking like with you, people start attacking you when you said like.
They did indeed.
I'm not gonna pre-order.
They're still attacking me just when I post about Sony games and stuff sometimes.
Yeah.
It's gotten less though. It's gotten less. I posted about Last of Us yesterday, and I don't think anyone yelled at me.
Yeah, because The Last of Us is like,
Well, it's a Sony game.
It's The Last of Us.
Well, it's a Sony game.
It's The Last of Us. At the end of the day, it's like,
See, do you see? That's what people are gonna do. They're gonna be like, oh, well, they're not even gonna know what half the Sony studios are. People don't even stick to their guns on their stuff. You know what I mean? But I know
Because
what some
people-
Sony studios are that I like, so I know I'm not gonna go like I'm not gonna boycott Sony. There's, like I said, if Last of Us 3 comes out tomorrow, I'm buying it. You know what I mean? Like there's
Yeah.
no boycott on this entire planet that I'm not gonna buy Last of Us 3 through. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna be a hypocrite about it. And people are like, "Oh, you're so selfish." Fine, whatever. It's a game. It's a game. This isn't life or death scenarios here. This is a game. I'm gonna buy the game.
I think, you know what, I could speak for like that type of hypocritical stuff because
Yeah.
You ever heard of a game called Devil May Cry?
Mhm.
Okay, so Devil May Cry was like my game. Devil May Cry is like my life. The Devil May Cry is the reason I got a summer job and worked my ass off to save up for a fucking PlayStation 2 just to buy that game, right?
All right.
The Devil May Cry series I love. I remember when Ninja Theory made their own Devil May Cry game, and they changed Dante, and I was so pissed off. So pissed off. I was like, who's this black-haired fucking bad words, like toxic words. All the words that you can't say anymore, that you said back in the days. I was like, it rolled off the tip of your tongue like Xbox Call of Duty lobby. That was all my posts on MySpace. Like bad words, different type of Della back in the days. I was like, fuck this game. Fuck the people who made this game because this game is taken away. I hate it, right? Guess what I did?
What?
Bought the game. I bought it. All that ranting and raving about me hating it and like this is not a Devil May Cry game, I bought the game. I did I rent it? I don't remember. I don't know. I know I had
Because
it. I played the game and I beat the game.
because even though it was maybe 10, 20, 30, 40% what you didn't want, there was still a very large percentage of that of something you wanted, more than you wanted other things. And I think that's what people don't take into account. If you want something, the trade-offs are not, oh, but it doesn't have this stuff that I like. It's that it does have this stuff that I like, so I'm gonna buy
Yes.
it. And people
Yes,
don't
and
really
sometimes-
think through that. That's the same with
Sometimes
Sony
what
for
piques
me.
your interest.
That's exactly what Sony is for me. I'm like, yeah, I would love to own my games. I get it. But Last of Us, you know what I mean? So that's where it is for me. It's like, and same with Assassin's Creed, right? I wish they had modern day. I'd love to somehow fight for modern day. But I'm not going to stop buying Assassin's Creed for trying to say I want modern day. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So I always said, when's going to be the next Assassin's Creed where it's like set in like modern day and modern times? Like, so far it constantly is like, before this one was what, Greek? Is Greek mythology or Norse?
No, it was Odyssey and then Valhalla and then Shadows. So Japan.
Japan. So we got the Japan one we wanted, right?
Yeah.
I still would like to see modern day, like modern crime syndicates and stuff, or like maybe start like the 1950s and stuff. Because Odyssey, Syndicate was there when? What year was Syndicate take place? The 1800s?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah. So like, give me the 1900s, like during the time of Jack the Ripper and stuff.
Well,
Wait, wasn't Jack the Ripper
was a
in-
DLC. Yeah.
So was it? I don't know. Give me some shit like the 90s. Give me some shit like American Psychos type shit. Like, let me see that. Let me see people with fucking shoulder pad freaking suits and stuff, and let's see that. Like, I would like to see that, like gangsters. I don't know. That's just me. But going back to what you're saying, I think a lot of times like it piques people's interest
Yeah.
because it doesn't have what you want, but you're interested to see. And a lot of people do that. They do buy games that they hear that all the backlash and they hate on it, and they buy it to see for themselves. Like for example, when you bought that mixtape CD, that game.
Oh my gosh, that was so bad. So
Yeah,
bad.
but you bought it because why? You thought it was for you. You thought it was
The
for you
marketing
because-
said it was for me, and it's very frustrating when you actually can't get a refund for something that was not what it said it was. That's way more frustrating than pretty much any other argument I've seen about gaming in ages. For me personally, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if you really truly
So-
don't like a game, you should be able to get a refund. And I know that's subjective and it's a hard thing to measure, but I think if you're able to argue this is what I see in the marketing and this is what I got, I think you should be able to get a refund. Like, I think if you can write an essay about it, like I
Yes.
did, I think you should be able to get a refund.
And they said no refund for you.
Yeah.
Such
Because I'm like,
weird.
it's literal proof that this is not what it said it was. So I went on a whole tangent about it for a while, and I'm never going to get a refund. But anytime that I can bring it up, I'm going to talk trash about it, you know, and talk trash about literally anyone who worked on it. Sorry. Listen, I'm not sorry.
Speaking of changes and everything, and like how like the times are coming, Twitch. There are rumors about Twitch that Twitch is they are using some people's streams to train AI, to train generative how do you go? Generative AI. Did I say that? Generative AI?
Generative.
Yeah. Generative.
Generative.
That's the word that they whatever.
You got it.
So Twitch is going to use streams to train that AI, right?
Yeah.
And of course, the people who hate AI are like, no, why are you doing this? And Twitch is like, you don't want to use it, opt out. If you don't want your stream involved in this, opt out. But remember, Twitch is owned by who? Amazon. If Amazon says they want to do it, they're going to keep doing it. Now,
I assumed it was
there
already
might be-
happening. I don't know why anybody would be.
there might be a chance that it could, if enough people.
No,
with
listen,
it.
if you're on social media, here's the thing. If you're not paying for something, if you're not paying for a product, do you know what the rule is?
What?
You are the product. If you are not
That is
paying for a product, you are the product. So if you are using these social media platforms, they are taking your data, they are taking you for AI, they are selling you things. There is stuff happening in the background to make you the product, or they're using you to sell something. You know what I mean?
Twitch needs you.
Yeah,
Twitch
exactly.
needs
You're the
you.
product.
But the thing is, you could stop
Yeah, sure.
streaming on Twitch, and it will hurt Twitch.
Well, they can have fun with that.
Right.
I'm still going to stream.
But
And
like,
so are the majority of
so-
people, because you can't exist in the digital realm without AI. You just can't. You can't even exist in the physical realm without AI anymore. Sorry. Like, all of the things that you buy from any large company are produced with AI. That's just how. There are things. I'm not going to say what industry I work in, but there are things that you wouldn't even expect on just every single plane of existence. Everything that you use, everything you come in contact with now pretty much has had AI somewhere in the process. And it
Correct.
will not
Did-
stop. It will only increase. It is just,
Yep.
it is like breathing air. It is like it's like internet having been involved in something, right? It's
Yeah.
just part of it.
So it's funny enough talking about this, because I'm not going to say who, but I have a reliable source that we both know this reliable source. The last time I did hang out with this person, they did mention how Twitch reached out to him or her and said that they like the work that they did on their own stuff, and they want to talk more about how they can integrate it into Twitch and do the kind of, because Twitch wants to do the same thing to keep up with things.
Yep.
So fast forward to now, when the pipeline, the rumors are starting to spread more now. The rumors are actually happening. Don't be surprised when inside Twitch there is an option where you can now make generative AI overlays and sub stuff.
Oh,
and
yeah,
all this-
alert stuff that, like, yeah, I mean, like
Everything?
where the chat could do stuff. Yeah. And I mean, imagine like they make stuff for the channel points or the bits, even bits, you know, they
Don't
have a
be
lot of people
surprised.
making their plug-in type stuff for that
Yeah.
these days, but that's not to say that they wouldn't in the future if it's something that will really drive revenue for them. So I don't think people, I really don't think people understand how this is. You cannot boycott AI unless you are going to become Amish. You can't.
That is true. I agree with that. As much as you try to like not opt into stuff, it's just there. It's already there. It already has you. Like, we can sit here now, right now, and talk about certain products. Let's say I start talking about Give me a product. Give me a product. Let me say I start talking about freaking Hanes underwear. I say Hanes underwear is. I'm thinking about buying some Hanes brand. Best believe when I go into my phone and go on one of my webs like Twitter, Hanes underwear is gonna freaking pop up. Cause something's always listening. If you got AI, if you got your iPhone, your Android, your Google Home, your Alexa, whatever, it's something is listening to you. You're walking down the street now. There's your face is everywhere. There's cameras constantly looking at you, and Google Gemini, freaking Apple and its own Siri is updated. Everything has AI, and like it's the future. Does it suck that people who spent their lives and career to like create art and all that stuff are going to lose out in business because AI is taking it? Yes, it does suck, but to those people, I'm going to say the same shit you told blue-collar workers during the pandemic.
Ooh.
Maybe you should get a trade job now.
Ooh.
Remember during the pandemic when people like myself and my fellow blue-collar workers couldn't go to work because it's like COVID and stuff, and you guys were making all this money with your remote jobs and coding, and you said, learn to code.
I mean,
well, guess what?
But at the end of the day, it's supply and demand. You know what I mean? If you're making art that's really something unique that needs a human touch, then you're good. You're gonna make money. Because if you cannot be replicated by a computer because you're doing something special and human, which is what art should be, it's what you're fighting for, is human-made art. If you're making art that is basically the same thing that a machine is producing, then you're not making very human art, are you?
And guess what? You still need people to monitor the AI. You still need people to monitor, because there's a lot of companies that hire people to help soup up the AI and monitor it. Like, I know people who work in coding and stuff still, and they were like, yeah, my company uses AI.
Yeah, there's more jobs for that, but
to monitor it.
But there's also just a certain, I mean, it's going to be used for different things. The art that it's making is not the same art, again, that's very human. Same with what it's being used for now in a video sort of space, right? You're not seeing very many AI live streams at this point. There might be some that are like VR. I could see some stuff where there's cartoons type stuff happening, but you do see it in short form videos now a lot, where people are coming up with these like entire TikTok, whatever, Instagram personalities that are fully AI, and it's taking a while for these systems to start implementing things to catch that. And so there are entire fake people out there that people are acting as, and you'll see they'll post it where they're in the background, and then they'll have like the side by side, so they're doing it. And then it'll be like just like a dude doing it, and a girl, like a hot girl, will be doing the movements that he's doing. And so he's making that happen.
Yeah.
And making these videos with AI that way. And so that's a way that AI is taking over user generated content, right? But it's not taking over the live streaming space in any meaningful way. People want to connect with the person, and AI is not replicating that experience at this point in time.
Right. And you know what's crazy? Like, when you talk about that, like, guys like pretend to be those hot girls online. Like, there's a lot of like guys who make AI like models right now, and they're like on the internet, and like they're on OnlyFans making hundreds of thousands of dollars, because dudes are just too horny to realize it. And you know, it's just ridiculous. But what's also funny is how with these AI programs and everything, I really like the little the videos you see, like it's like the AI cartoons. It's like, don't worry, cuh, we're gonna get through this, cuh. I'm like, why is the cuh always the word now? And there's like the diamonds. Like, why is this baby not a diamond? You told me it was a diamond. Get out of my house. It's like it's like series, and I'm like, I live for this. Why is this so like? It's
so strange.
I don't know why I watch it, but it's like,
I can't make it through more than about a minute, but it's interesting.
It's very interesting. And now, you know, sir, just going back to it, if you like, all you people who say you can't support companies that use AI, you're gonna cancel your Twitch account? I really don't think people understand how prevalent it is. I really don't. They're not canceling shit.
The people who say, oh, I'm not going to consume anything with generative AI, or any AI especially, they're truly going to have to get off the grid, and they need to do it now before they'll have to use AI to get off the grid.
It's just, I'm sorry, it's just too much happening in the world, and like you just can't escape it.
Yeah, there's so little in our control. I don't know about you, Dayla, but I go through my day and I have stuff to do, right? I have responsibilities, I have stressors, I have things I'm excited about, I have things I want to do and things I don't want to do, and I do them because they're the things that control everything that happens around me in my life. And then there's the things that I have zero control over. And those things are not the things that I generally stress about. It's why I don't watch the news. It's why I don't really consume any of that kind of stuff or freak out about boycotts, because that's stuff that's outside of my locus of control. The stuff inside my locus of control has enough chaos. I don't need all of that chaos that I can't even affect. Why would I do that to myself? That's just extra stress. And then your stress can't even go anywhere important, can't go anywhere to do anything. If you have stress about your stuff, you can do something with that stress. But if you have stress about stuff out here, that's where people start being really mean on the internet, or, you know, just acting out, lashing out, doing silly stuff, needing, you know, some sort of, I don't know, needing therapy or something. I mean, like, you're going to think yourself into absolute mania trying to do that.
Well, that's why it's like, I know, get a little bit political now, but like, I don't know if you ever saw like those articles where it say people who are Democrat, liberal, left leaning are more depressed.
I think because of the idealism. Yeah, not to get like super political about it, but yeah, I think if you're and you can be idealistic, I guess, on either side, but if you have heavy idealism of some sort and you see the world in a way that's different from how it is because you picture this beautiful society and you think it should be that way, to the extent that you will do anything to try to force it to go that way, even if it won't move. Like, you're over here just hammering against a, you know, cement wall, hoping that you can take the whole thing down. You know what I mean? It's just,
yeah,
you're wasting your effort when you could be helping your neighbor. You know, it's
exactly.
Go volunteer for a food bank if you have that much energy to help people.
No, I think I just say some people got too much free fucking time in their hands.
Yeah,
like,
so go volunteer.
Every other thing.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Every other time there's a new problem to be sad about because the TV is telling you to be sad about something, then you have too much time.
And the thing is, when you are looking at the world around you and you say, okay, there's a lot of sadness and there's a lot of hardship and there's a lot of things, why not instead put good into the world and try to alleviate some of those things and spread joy? Why would you focus on the negative and live in the negative and be negative all the time? I will never understand that. I think it's a miserable way to live. I think so many people are miserable and trying to take it out on others, and they're making the world worse. And so if you're one of those that's doing that with anything, no diss, no buy, anything, think about what you're doing, because you're putting more bad energy into the world, which is going to make other people have bad energy. And then they're going to go to their workplaces and their people, and they're going to give that bad energy, which is going to just cycle around. And you're going to keep getting all of the bad that is making you upset.
Yep. I agree. But I want to talk about something too that I know you're not really like you don't really follow like movies and like actors and like stuff being hyped up. You know, I know you like in your own little like bubble under a rock and stuff. That's how you are. But I don't know. You ever seen the movie Blade? You know, Blade with Wesley Snipes.
No, it doesn't sound familiar.
You never see you've never fucking seen Blade?
Runner?
Blade. Wesley Snipes. You know who Wesley Snipes is? No. Oh my god! Every day. Sometimes I have like whenever.
It's not within my locus of control, man. I was in meetings until 6:09 p.m. today.
Meetings. I bet you, being a freaking adult now, had to do with Blade, the movie that came out when you were freaking like a teenager. Or,
I was doing shit then too. What do you mean?
Like, what the fuck were you doing? What was 11-year-old Mad doing?
Shit. She was learning.
Shit?
She was probably in an art class or taking tennis lessons or out playing in the mud or throwing shit somewhere or like, I don't know, learning math or, you know, playing outside, playing baseball, playing video games, reading.
Anyway, all that shit you're fucking saying I've done. What are you talking about?
I did more of it, I guess. I don't know. I wasn't watching Blade.
Oh my god. Anyway.
I watched one movie a week. One on Saturday
Could you
nights
add
with my
Blade?
family.
Could you add the Blade trilogy to your one movie a week?
No,
That's
I
3
did
weeks.
when I was a kid. It's too late now.
Oh my god. I swear I can't. Every day I'm just like, every day I have hope and you like take it away from me. It's like a disappointed parent at times. It's like, yo, we're gonna go to the park today, right? No, we're not. Anyway,
Oh man.
Blade was a movie that came out like the early 2000s and stuff. Really good. It starred Wesley Snipes. Fast forward to now, like you have Marvel and their whole MCU stuff. So they were redoing Blade with a different actor, and everybody was hyped. It's like a Blade movie. Blade is coming to the MCU, right? They announced Marshall Ali. He's a prominent actor. He's been in movies like Moonlight. I believe he was in The Wire. Was he in The Wire? I don't think he was in The Wire. Maybe he was. Maybe he was. I don't know. He's a big actor. He's not a little fish, but he's they announced him being Blade 7 years ago. Fast forward to now, there's still not a Blade movie. There's still no sign for a Blade movie. Too many stuff is going on. He recently released a statement saying, quote, "You had to be under contract. They have billions of dollars. If they wanted to do the movie, we would have done the movie. I feel ready to move on from Blade questions. Those questions are for them." Like the guy is like tuned out at this point with Blade. Because like, could you imagine being on a contract to do a movie? Or like you signed the contract to do like X amount of movies for this character, and he hasn't been in any of the movies, and his movies haven't out. He's only had a voice in one movie. That's it. His voice. They didn't show him. You just heard his voice.
Wow.
And they use his voice again in like an animated movie series, but that doesn't count. Like when Marvel signs people on for contracts for film, like it's like a 5-movie contract. Doesn't mean you're gonna have 5 of your own movies, but you're gonna be in 5 fucking Marvel movies. Like,
Yeah.
you owe it to us. Like perfect example, you ever seen Ghostbusters?
Yes, I have seen that.
Okay.
That was
I
very
was
strange
kind of
movie.
worried that
No,
you were.
I saw it recently though. Not. It was like
Which
maybe 3 or 4 years ago.
Which Ghostbusters?
The old one.
Okay.
It was really weird.
Okay, but it was during the 80s.
The
What do you
hero
expect?
was
It
problematic.
was the heroes. The heroes.
No, but like the hero, like the main character was.
Who's the main character? There's no main character.
There was a main character,
No, there
and he was
wasn't. Bill Murray?
extremely. He was extremely problematic.
How is he problematic?
I mean, not to get like woke up in here, but listen, there are ways to treat women, and there are ways you don't treat women, and there was a line that
forget
was
about it.
crossed.
It was the 80s. Everything was different back then.
It was, but like.
Okay, I get you. Yes, it's very. Yes, okay, I agree.
Yeah.
So, the actors in that movie was signed on for I think 4 or 5 movie deal.
Okay.
So there was Ghostbusters 1 and Ghostbusters 2. We didn't get another Ghostbusters to that remake where it was a female cast in it, right?
I haven't
And
seen that.
it wasn't like a passing of the torch. It was like the actors, Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, and stuff, was in the movie, but they weren't Ghostbusters. They was like in the movie, right?
So they like forced him to
Then
be
they
in
did-
it without being the Ghostbusters.
Yes, because you got to do the movies. You owe us.
Wow, that's messed up.
Then they did Ghostbusters Afterlife, which is supposed to be a passing of the torch, like a newer generation of Ghostbusters. So the old Ghostbusters were in it with Dan Aykroyd and Bill Murray and stuff.
Okay.
And there was like Egon's granddaughter and her family and friends being the new Ghostbusters and stuff. And I think there was Afterlife and Frozen Empire or something. So those are the 5 movies. The original Ghostbuster cast were in because they owed the studio 5 fucking. You had a 5-movie contract, and that shit was still fucking going. Could you imagine? The Ghostbusters 2 came out like in like 1987 or something, and you still hold to that contract, like that contract that.
That's actually crazy.
Could you imagine this man being? Could you imagine somebody says, Matt, I'm signing you up for a 5-movie deal contract. You're on for 5 movies.
And it lasts
Or 10
50
movies.
years or something? Like, what's
10
the
movies.
time limit on it, apparently?
Who knows? I guess
Lifetime?
people don't read the fine print. But I say you owe me. That's like me saying. That's like if we got signed right now. Let's say we got signed to like fucking Spotify or whoever.
Sure.
And they say you guys assigned to a 10 episode contract, 10 episodes. We have to do 10 episodes.
Yeah.
We have to put out 10 episodes.
Yeah.
10.
Or if it was, yeah. I mean, that wouldn't be, I get what you're saying. It would be interesting if they said, oh, you have to be in 10 episodes and then you have to find podcasts that'll have you. It's crazy. Absolutely insane that they can force that.
But they say,
and bring people back like 30 years later.
But here's the thing. They say you guys got to be in 10 episodes, right? But they'll let you know when they're ready for you.
Yeah. That's messed up.
Now we're sitting here so we're on a 10 episode contract and no one's telling us nothing. We're not greenlit to start. Like, what if, and like we go on to start doing other things and they go, yo, it's time, come back. You owe us.
It's crazy.
Contract. So this guy, he's kind of pissed off and it's kind of upsetting because like Marvel is doing this weird thing where like for some reason people starting to say Marvel's a little bit racist now.
Is
The
it?
reason why, because Blade is a black vampire. He's a black half vampire hunter, and his movie has been 7 years out, nothing. A show called Wonder Man, which had a black lead actor. It was greenlit for season 2. Then it just came out and said we're canceling season 2.
Okay.
They also had Ironheart. That show did terrible. They should have canceled that from the start. There was supposed to be another a spin-off Black Panther movie with the Dora Majori, his like royal guard, called Midnight Angels. That got canned. So people started to notice there's this trend like, why is Marvel doing this to their black characters? Oh, also, Jonathan Majors, who's supposed to play like the big bad in this upcoming like Kang the Conqueror, he got into a little bit of trouble with the law. I don't remember you heard about that. Like this actor like was seen beating his girlfriend who was white, but it wasn't the case. He was trying to get away from her, and she got injured because he pushed her off, and she got injured and all stuff. And he like was gonna face jail time, but he didn't face any jail time. Like they completely fired him, and as removing his character. So like they're starting to see like people starting to see like why are Marvel doing to their black actors? What is happening right now to the black characters? So people trying to say like might be a little bit racist. I don't know because like I said, the show Wonder Man was really good, and it wasn't like the whole thing where it's like he's a black superhero and trying to be an actor and he's sitting there saying, you know, it's hard for me to be a black man and a black man with powers. It was kind of like it's just hard for me to be somebody with powers trying to hide my powers.
Right.
His race never was involved.
Okay.
But when you look at these other shows, it's always like, I'm black and, you know, this is hard.
Yeah, it's making it an identity thing rather than just being there, which is what we've been talking about since we started this podcast. It's like using people as some identity bait rather than, hey, I'm just a person that happens to be this.
Yeah. And if you
I have the same experiences as the rest of you.
Yeah. And it doesn't make it any harder because you're black and a superhero. I mean, when you think about the MCU, it's just a bunch of people with powers running around and, you know, they're going to be discriminated on. Like, look at the fucking X-Men. They're always getting discriminated on. The mutants. But that's something, but I don't know, how do you feel about that? Like, you know, this actor that got signed on for this movie 7 years ago and still is he nothing? That
sucks. I mean, I don't know if they can work, so they can't really work on other stuff when they're waiting? Is that?
They can. It's just like you're stuck.
I mean, in some ways it's a blessing if you have potential future work, but it's also a curse if they want you to do future work when you don't want to.
Exactly. Because what if you like schedule wise and stuff? Because like this guy, he has to make other movies. You know?
Yeah, I mean, what if somebody just gets done with acting or whatever? You know, they're over it. They're like, I just want to raise a family, and they're like, nope, come back, contract.
Yeah, look at Hugh Jackman. Look what they did with Hugh Jackman. They brought that motherfucker back for Wolverine. They're like, you gonna die as Wolverine. You would die as Wolverine. You're playing Wolverine till you're 90.
That
And it's funny
sucks.
because the Deadpool movie, they said that. They're
Really?
like, they paid him all this money so he could come back, so he could get the Wolverine back. He's gonna be Wolverine till he's 90.
That
Fucking 90.
sucks. Like, imagine just wanting to just chill out, like, do whatever, be retired. I mean, you made loads of money being an actor. You could just hang out, just do nothing.
But I think right now that kind of all this like getting these actors, these legacy actors to play these roles you remember them for, a thing of like member berries and where to make the money off of, because they literally bought back Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans to play. They brought back Chris Evans to play Captain America after he said he was done with Captain America after the movie. They brought him back, and they brought back Robert Downey Jr. and he's playing Doctor Doom. Because member berries. Because you couldn't go 5 steps without somebody talking about the Avengers movie when they first came out. You couldn't escape it. And then when you had the Infinity War and Endgame and all, you couldn't. It was just like it was in your face, and these actors made that plausible. When you think Spider-Man, what's the first name that comes to your mind?
Spider-Man.
Actor. What actor?
Oh,
comes to mind?
the first guy.
Tobey Maguire.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love that you think I know actor names.
Would you think Professor X in the X-Men
That is
movies?
so funny that you think that I just didn't know Spider-Man, which we talked about me like having watched and that being my Spider-Man. I still don't know his name, and you think I'm gonna know whatever you just said that I definitely haven't watched? What do you mean?
You've never seen an X-Men movie?
I think I saw the one with the girl from the Hunger Games.
Days of Future Past, New Class.
I couldn't tell you the name of it. I just know it had the girl from the Hunger Games. She was blue or something.
Oh my god, I can't with you, man. I can't with you. I need you to watch some more movies.
For what? For what? For why?
Okay, wait. Don't you got like a private outing to do soon?
Sure.
Why don't you go see a movie with that person?
I'm not going to see maybe.
Well, you guys do. Wait, hold on. Run me by. Okay, let's say we hung out, man. What
Yeah.
are you taking me to do?
We're gonna go for drinks, and we'll go to like a gaming bar, and we'll game, or like just a regular bar with pool or darts or something, and we'll just hang out. We'll talk. We'll shoot the shit.
What if I don't
Maybe
drink?
we'll actually get like we'll shoot the shit with like a target or something. Like there's lots of stuff we could do.
But I don't like darts.
Okay, we don't have to do darts.
So what can we do?
Well, before we go drinking, we could go shoot some shit.
I don't like drinking.
Right.
don't drink.
Before or if you don't want to, we can go shoot some shit. You like shooting.
What if I don't like guns?
You do? Okay, fine. You don't like guns, and you don't like drinking, and you don't like darts. Then we can go for a walk in the park. Go feed
My
the
legs
ducks.
hurt.
You what?
My legs hurt and ducks scare me.
Okay. We can play some games. Video games at home.
Video games are dumb.
Okay. We can play cards.
I don't know to play cards. You want to teach me?
Sure. Yeah.
Where are we playing cards?
At home. You can come over. We'll
Who's
play
home?
cards. You can come to my home.
I ain't going to your house. We don't look like a whore.
Okay. Well, then we can go to the park and we can play cards. We go rock climbing. Oh, I could take you for a kayak ride. We could go kayaking.
I'm afraid of water. I can't swim.
Okay, we could climb then, away from the
I don't
water.
want to climb. I got no upper body strength.
Well, you already agreed to the cards in the park, so it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. We have one.
But it's raining that day. Then what? What are you gonna do?
Have waterproof cards, I guess.
Oh
Go somewhere with an
man,
overhang. I don't know.
what if I? But I want to go see a movie.
So my friend wanted to go see a movie the other day. He wanted to go see Odyssey, and I was like, no,
Why?
because I don't like Matt Damon.
Why don't you like Matt Damon? Whoa,
He's a pretentious prick. I don't like him.
He's a potential.
He said shit about MBAs, and I don't like him. He talks shit about MBAs, so I don't like him.
NBAs, NBA.
MBA.
M.
Like my graduate degree. So I don't like him.
What do you say about it?
He called us pretentious or something, or that like we don't know what we're talking about. He said we don't know what we're talking about, and that like we ruin everything. So I'm like, all right, well, I don't need to see anything that you like.
So any movie he's in, you're done.
Yeah, I don't want to see it.
Okay, well that's fair enough. That's fair. I can see
It's
that.
not a
I know people
boycott.
who
It's
like-
just a if you don't like me, I don't like you thing. You know what I mean?
Oh my god.
It's kind of like
that
Burger
is
King hating women. Like I was like, well, I don't need to eat Burger King. It's not a. I'm not trying to like boycott. Like it's not for a cause. It's just you hate me, so I hate you.
Jesus Christ. Anyway, do
Listen.
you have any final words for the audience before we get out of here? Because I gotta go. I gotta go see a movie because I like movies.
What are you?
Like
Oh yeah,
some
you're gonna go see
people.
Spider-Man, right?
I'm gonna see Spider-Man, brand new day.
Cool.
Any words for the audience in regards to like some what we spoke about?
There's more stuff to do in life than movies and boycotts. I promise.
Please watch Blade. Please like at least watch one Blade movie. Just one. Just do it for me. You know what? Do me a favor. Ask the person you are gonna hang out with this weekend if they ever seen Blade. Ask them. It's for me, for Della. I'm gonna text you that tomorrow when you go hang out with this person.
Tomorrow,
What time?
later, evening.
Okay, I'm going to send you a text message.
You better
that says,
not. You better not.
I'm going to send a text message. Do you not? How long have we known each other?
Years.
Okay, so you know me. I'm going to send a text message. Ask them about Blade. Ask them if they ever seen Blade. And if you don't answer me back, I will call your phone.
My phone's gonna be like this. It's gonna be down. My phone's down when I'm hanging out with people in general.
I'm still gonna call. And guess what? I got two phones. So
I'm gonna flip it over, be like 10 missed calls.
I'm gonna leave voice
And there's
messages.
gonna be like a different number, you know? Yeah. Tricking me.
Like ask them about Blade. Ask them about Blade.
Have you thought about your car's extended warranty? It's gonna be.
Have you thought about the car's extended warranty and has the person you're with ever seen the movie Blade?
Oh my god.
I'm gonna ask. You need to ask. Do it for me. I don't ask you for much. But please, just do that.
If there's a lull in conversation, maybe.
Okay. All right. It's a good conversation to have
Is
with this
it?
person. You know?
I feel like that's a very boring conversation.
Anyway, thank you guys for joining us. Be sure to hit the like button and hit that notification bell to stay up to date with two of your favorite unfiltered people. Once again, I'm Della,
I'm MADkurious.
and we'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.
Bye.